Alright, BBL on defense, Fnatic on attack, last map.
Played it, I think 8 times since the last split. It puts a very different game. And the thing is, Fnatic have had losses, but they've always been close, and they've always been to, well, Foot or Heretics, which if those are the teams you're losing to, those are completely acceptable losses. Everyone else has not had the same success. So I think, especially with them starting on that attack side, where we've
kind of
seen
nice
them
of it. At least get the camera out.
Basically a couple of
wall
years
over
now.
Towards C.
I do think that this is going to be a
I like
tough
this.
one
Like
for
BBL are in a
to
good
break
spot
down,
though.
and
The fact they
to
have no
clear
wall
plan,
to
which
get
it
back
seems like
out
they
over
do.
towards A, they should probably feel confident leaving one here.
Early on, BBL, they've pushed up and taken some rubble control. They've spotted no players there, but Fnatic will be the one signaling where the push is finally coming in. C, trap about to break, and in they go. Smoke for the right side, and pressure will push Elite back. He's made the right call. The setup here was very much relying around punishing an A or B aggression and playing the retake on C.
It's going to at least delay the plan.
Time to plant that spike, disrupted a little bit. And this is going to be a push.
Lotus uses Omen Flash. He thought they were flooding with it.
The next time, yes, there is, and it's perfect.
This worked pretty well. You had breach damage to take them off the plant, and they thought they were flooding in, so both used his Omen Flash really early.
Full swing. Durka is completely blinded at the back.
Now they're all...
is trying to block.
I was going to see a spam fest, but...
They know that there's either a wraparound coming, or they're all sat towards
you get it half?
The mound, and although the spams are doing damage, they haven't got the kill. In fact, all the kills are going back in the other direction. Durka has to fight versus the full force.
Okay, really nice. Dude, and do they let the Raze take the defuse as well? Yes, they do.
4 kills in the pistol round.
3 away.
Yeah, he's going to go defuse as well. He really is picking up those orbs.
Yeah, that was nice. This was good from BBL. Both 100% used, like both 100% used his Omen Flash too early here. I don't know what the comms were like. It must have been maybe a little bit messy.
They made a couple mistakes in the first map. Second was a lot
Lord
cleaner.
Spondy with the Prime. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Welcome in.
A little bit and start to make that return to form. They've now started off Lotus with a round on the board, presumably a second. This is the face I'm looking forward to seeing. And let's see if Kushner can pick up a few more orbs here and make that third round a big danger for Fnatic.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's about at the moment for BBL, to try and get this all online.
They came into a series, played 3 maps that they didn't win last split, and win it. Like, because they played Bind, but they didn't have the results last.
I
missed,
missed,
they had a win
but
versus
it's okay.
Na'Vi. I think it was the first week of the whole season, the whole thing, like a kickoff. Now, they've been improving. I don't think anybody can question that, but this map being in the series at all, I think would be a surprise for anyone.
Hader, hello mate.
For now, though, it seems like Fnatic are exploiting the gap that has been left on this side. Elite, he's going to get a couple, but he does go down.
Oh, that's a big seize. At least I thought so. Hero,
not doing the right damage. Still no plant, but... Oi, hold up.
Now down to a 2v2 and the HP
and
very low. It should be one.
Both
BBL can still close out, but there is a clutch opportunity for Boaster. 39 HP, Paranoia, smoke soon, and a plant. No, not on B. A full rotation around the A site. It's not an easy decision to make as to where he decides the post plant should be. Perhaps somewhere he can use the Paranoia.
I like this though. He taps it on B. Now they have to check everything.
Wait, Ike,
just in case he's still here somewhere.
Did I ignore a tier 3?
Buys an extra few seconds.
That's
just
crazy, bro. How am I a full-time streamer? I ignored a tier 3 sub. Dude, it was 18 minutes ago? That's crazy, man.
Instead,
Ike, bro, thank you so much, man.
All the way to the back of site. I don't think this is
Chat, how's no one telling me off for that?
In a million years. And they're watching.
You guys are meant to call me out.
The steps, they're wrapping back around. Now he's still low on HP, but he gets that first kill.
Oh my god.
Reezy gone. Paranoia will be straight onto Brave, but it doesn't quite connect. He's going to be able to close out the round, but for what was that wasn't even a pistol or anything. That was all rifles and SMGs.
Really.
They lose basically everything.
How did it miss? Dude, it looks so close.
To bring up cost at one point because I didn't think they had a chance at closing this round. But Boaster, what an attempt. The misdirection with the door open, the reposition after the Paranoia.
Sorry that I missed that.
Pixels away from connecting. He expected it to be a deeper push, that player would tap the spike and try to wrap around on him a bit more
Reach out
aggressively.
while ignoring subs, dude. I honestly,
the other direction, just a bit
I don't want
to. I've no doubt that round is won.
I don't want to flip it.
2-0 though for BBL.
But maybe you subbed at the wrong time. Do you think about that?
Lost the last round.
Yeah. Their bonuses have
you gotta wait
clean
for the no action.
Lots of rifles,
the
bulldogs,
timeouts,
pistols.
bro. Wait for the timeouts.
1 rifle,
like now,
and
dude.
4 pistols to back
This
it
would have
up.
been perfect. I would have looked
Technical
over,
pause
I would have
called,
seen it
and
and been
moment
like,
for
oh,
BBL
dude,
to
thank
sit
you for the
and
tier
stew
3. Appreciate
the
that.
round that's about to
It would have
unfold.
been incredible.
As
Like
I've
this,
said,
like
and as
Matty.
we've seen,
Matty So, thank you so much.
just because there's a few pistols in the hands of
Victim
BBL,
blame him? Yeah, I
doesn't
really
mean
am,
that you
man.
can
It's
count the round
outrageous.
out. Hell, we just saw that for Fnatic.
Yeah, I think even more so, it's the fact that Kushner has a rifle that actually is more
It
intriguing.
is outrageous.
Because
See, there we
this
go,
man has
chat. Now
taken
you guys
over
are calling me
rounds.
out. It's
Well,
perfect.
He got 4 kills in a pistol round.
I was
You don't
actually
have
just
to have
testing you.
a crazy long memory to know how many rounds he's been over to take over. And in both maps, he's had unbelievable statistics, even in the map that they lost. So I think you'd be silly to imagine that he's going to slow down. Then you put the Sheriff in Elite's hands, Pora's hands, Brave, Breezy, any of them. They're all able to step up when it matters.
And the no scene, thank you so much with the 14 months. Thank you. Appreciate the tier 1.
Even though it's definitely one of the weaker bonuses we've seen. And as said,
The gasline comment, dude, I need to watch that. That's a flow video, right?
Confidence in the attack side of this map. So if BBL can get
Our
off
chat
to a
were
good
talking
start,
about it.
as said, their composition does seem like it has a lot of delay, a lot of opportunities for site anchors. Damn, is that a new sign? I've not seen it before.
Oh, wait, Desp, come on. Don't be like that.
Well, I see the red disappear from the stage, and I'll see the barriers disappear from the map as we're about to get off into round number 3. And it's a quick fight that Kushner's going to have in his hands. TP out from Brave, an aggressive spot that Boaster doesn't see coming, and it's the Ghost picking up the first 2. The pistols are doing damage. The rifle comes out. The showstopper fired, and Dirk is right into it.
What is that?
The last man standing.
Wait, what is that?
Down. What a response from BBL.
There's
they lost a lot of players in the
no
last round,
way he
you'd be
predicted
forgiven
that.
for forgetting that.
That was
Show me
sick.
that showstopper again. He fully predicted where he was going to go because he sees him and then hears a blast bang and goes, he's going to go this way. And pinpoint accuracy. Also, just absurd stuff from Brave to be able to get 2 with a Ghost. Look at it.
Oi, that's crazy.
That's disgusting.
Absolute filth.
That was unbelievable, man.
We get
That
the
was such a
caveat,
play.
well, they can do it with pistols, but there you go.
That is
And
such a
round for
play.
Brave was utterly ridiculous. Immediately he went.
Oh my god, and they're sending on the eco.
Now Durka's gone right into B and gone right down. There's aggression on the other side, trying to take Rubble control in the meantime. That ain't working out because Brave's got a rifle this time.
Wait, the Fnatic have the timeout. These guys are pumped up right now.
2 versus 5. There were weaknesses here for Fnatic, let's not forget that. But BBL, they have come out swinging in the first few rounds of Lotus. It's going to be a big challenge for Fnatic to find that momentum again. Because it seems like, I'm thinking back in the rest of this series, once BBL are confident, that's when the rounds start to come in droves.
It's good players to get their ults online as well.
A nice way to end it. Yeah, this team has always had that element of momentum about them. When they get rolling, they're very, very difficult to stop. And that's the thing, like we've hyped up the likes of Pora, Kushner especially. If you're getting Brave as an addition as well, with some of these like just stylish starts to the round. Yeah, that was 2 kills, by the way.
I'm surprised he even saw them through his teammate.
And
Yeah,
this
it
is
has
the
to
thing,
be,
might already be getting a pause.
I mean, the timeout's
from
good.
Fnatic, because
You gotta
just
break.
the manner in which they're losing
You gotta
these
break how
rounds,
pumped the other team is.
It's just brutal. Like they're getting wrecked in positions that realistically they're normally quite comfortable, quite confident. Like I've always given credit to them for their ability, especially towards Rubble, to clear those angles methodically. Like they'll play slow rounds, and
good.
I've never seen them get caught out as easily as they have been there with just a
Where's Mini? I don't know. At
behind
this
them,
rate, he's getting
and
flown
then
in for next week.
Absolute destruction. And then the same aggression in the next round. Brave given 2 1v1s. He wins them both. That's not the most Fnatic look for how this attack side has started.
Yeah, with the utility keeping them back towards main as well, it just allows
the emergency barn's been pressed.
To isolate fights. The Viper wall almost works against Fnatic, blocking the players out from seeing that guy being so close.
Tenacious Dealer, thank you so much for the 13 months, bro.
4-0
Thank you for the tier 1, bro.
What a start this has been. 2 clean rounds as well. Big money makers for the defensive side. And as we're going to see these barriers go up yet again for round 5, Fnatic better hope that they've found the solution, because these last few rounds have looked dominant for BBL.
That's so much util dump over towards B.
Fnatic, though. As we've said before, they seem like a team that always finds value from their pauses. Got to be careful though. Brave, he's trying to TP out of it. He takes a lot of damage.
He didn't take that much damage.
It was a risk taken.
I thought he was going to get wrecked here. Fully, I thought he was dead, to be honest.
They still don't know about the snake in the grass. The thing is, the cage might even reveal his position. Never mind, because the player goes down, it might actually help out a little bit. Although with
Darker one away from his ult.
I'm sure Fnatic are not going to fall for this trap in the corner.
We just think back to Bind. Fnatic are not the kind of team that take an opening pick and get tunnel visioned into a push. If that happened here, no doubt Elite has a big upper hand with a player still on site distracting. But instead, Fnatic have taken it back in the other direction, sending one to lurk behind on C, breaking what would have been a haunt that saw Rubble was wide open. Instead, they have to remain with 2 players on C. Gradual shift to A, though.
30 seconds left.
BBL having to take a 2-2 setup with Trap still clearing out B. Unfortunately, Fnatic have bypassed it.
Alpha.
What a shot. Kind of low HPs, though. Darker doesn't need to overstep.
We've seen stuff from both. Breezy aware as well. They've got a couple of low players that they have to be careful of.
Oh my.
Right now, a lot of the battles are going in their favor. Another for Elite.
Dude, you see Boast's face there?
Confused.
Yeah, he was so confused at what's going on.
Hero and Chronicle.
Can't believe he's TP'd into the smoke.
Facing off in this 2v4 scenario. The cam already going to give one of the positions away. Needing a little bit of help to fight, but now he has to try and do it all.
Oh man, I'm not sure BBL should have been winning this round when he pulls that off to the afterplan here.
Even a pause from Fnatic won't do the trick.
Of course,
5 on defense? That's kind of
what did he say to me?
That's kind of giant.
What did I tell you, bro? Of course, he's impressed with that previous map, but I can't wait to hear his opinion
really
after
nice
this one.
shot.
A 5-0 start. Fnatic are the kind of team that we've seen again and again make those comebacks. I'll be holding on hope for that, but this was the round that could have kick-started it, and instead, it's extended that lead. No brakes on this train. When we come back into the round, there's even going to be an upgrade, a change to BBL's defensive stature, an operator in the hands of Kushner X. We didn't get to see too much of that on Ascent, but now, a big chance for him. He's already been seen, and well,
5?
Alpha Air is 5 HP. This is why you don't challenge Kushner when he has an up.
The start they were looking for. Brave as well. They have not really been able to push him back, and it seems like he's getting bored of just sitting there. Showstopper. It's actually
the
just a
third
trade.
step, yeah, Poor did good, man. But he kind of ulted behind him, so it took that little bit longer to kill him, that he had time to
the rotation, but with how far Brave is, it almost doesn't matter. They can hold the players on B. They know there's no one on A.
I was worried it wasn't going to kill him at one point.
Chronicle did not expect him to be this far forward, but that's just a mistake you can't make.
4 versus 3, Alpha 5 health. You don't want to see Brave overcommit to this. They don't know how low Alpha is, of course, but even still, with those numbers advantage, the paranoia didn't hit, but somehow Brave still does.
Disastrous round from Fnatic, bro.
7 bullets, I think, left in that magazine. Kushner's rotated in to cover the cross, and with the up in hand, there's no stopping him. Only Alpha, 5 health. 30 seconds and a player holding his walk through.
I think you call another timeout after that.
Didn't even matter.
Look at some of the moves they're doing, man.
6-0. Halfway through the first half, and BBL have yet to really stumble and certainly yet to fall. Oh, last bullet.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he ults closer there,
I think Fnatic are going to have to
and then we walk through the one-way.
Getting rid of Brave early, or at least forcing him back. Like the amount of control he's able to hold on his own is starting to be
Groggy,
a little silly.
hello.
Like you have those
5 months, thank you so much.
You have utility that should be able to force him
Thank you,
back.
appreciate
Obviously,
that.
only a singular snake bite now, so clearing that not quite as easy. But he's going there again and again.
You had enough of the ranked ISO, yeah.
It just holds them in place for Kushner. He doesn't want to stop. Supportive utility already thrown out by Reezy, and this round already looking rough.
At least it's a lower buy where this happens.
This might
to
be
Fnatic,
done, man.
losing Chronicle
This might be done. This looks devastating. What's Fnatic's record on Lotus this year? Has it not just been an absolute disaster?
Nice adjustment by Durka. Pora dropped. We've seen how quick he is in previous dish out vengeance against him. We're trading that showstopper. BBL have left C open.
Keep it, hello, mate.
To be taken by Fnatic, but they're understandably cautious on the way through.
Were you not a fan of the ISO?
Elite sitting back. A little bit of damage done. Boasts are trying to play up close, but no sound. Low HP. Moz the fallback. Does it take even more damage than nade?
That's a good nade
we'll
as well.
A little bit more. Alpha at least being able to find one.
Can Alpha just hero it?
In fact, they might throw in a Nightfall of their own. Hesitant as to whether to use it. It doesn't matter though, because Alpha's managed to find a couple. Brave though has been unstoppable. They're going to know where he is. Shot not.
Surely not. Surely not. I can't believe he's winning that round. Dude, how are they not getting this round? It's a 1v3.
You know, I expect to come in here talk about new coaching staff, about BBL's identity, but the things they're doing
the individuals are going wild today.
They're just better right now. 7-0. So many of these plays from Brave, from Kushner, have just been pulled out of absolutely nowhere. And even when he's caught by this Nightfall, spotted by Durka,
oh boy,
and swung to trade by Hero, he lands every shot. The coach is going to have no voice left.
On the other side, they've got no
they're
words.
5 for 5.
Need to find something,
really, 50%.
Tactical pause for Fnatic
yeah,
already.
I mean, in comparison to last year, that's a shocker.
Throwing out both of them, but you understand why. Going into this, you expect them normally to be winning that attack side half. They're coming out with at best 5 rounds, but it's also just the manner they're losing them. They're losing them in Fnatic fashion, with crazy clutches, big plays from individuals.
What do you do here? I mean, so the way that I would look at it right now is you're pretty much getting C, they play to leave C, you just save Omen Flash. It's like the easiest thing to do. You just go over towards C and you just make sure that you place one here, and then once they actually flood in, you just Omen Flash off the contact.
At this point, it's only going to get better.
But I get why they want to go out towards A, because the amount of times they've had one just holding this down has been all the time. But
it just looks too easy for Brave.
Leave the Dream Seer to me.
7-0. And the barriers go up once more for round 8. Wallbang successfully landing. Damage done to Reezy off rip, and some denial of the space that so far has been taken.
Yeah, maybe they're talking about that.
But there's been a change.
The problem at the moment as well is these ults, obviously, but Omen Flash should be pretty good. It's pretty obvious to work out when they're flooding in.
The few occasions they go there instead. Brave is now on the C side. He's been pushed
Are
back
BBL
by
going to
some
fight
utility.
more for the choke? Be a nice change up from them. They got camera that can get info at one point.
But this plays as a bait. It should be elite, taking first contact, even showing himself on the site. Allowing Brave to catch some from the side. He's been good in heads-up duels. If they go in facing the other way, the round's already over. That could change things.
Oh, where's he going? They expect it. They expect it with how many cheeky plays there've been. They make sure that nobody's going to be playing within that smoke. Fnatic denying the aggression of this side. One will be caught, but I think catching him will be almost impossible. This rolling thunder, though, could be filthy. He's going to catch them from behind and use the showstopper, but it's killed Reezy. It's 2 kills, but definitely not one that they wanted.
30 seconds left.
He was low, caught in the crossfire.
What are they doing? Pivot B, 20 seconds.
Fnatic have made their way to the C site, but the spike is yet to cross, and now there's 3 players holding. But a man behind enemy lines, perhaps Alphayer can have some impact with the surprise element, but no. Durka picks up 1. 12 seconds left. The spike is in his hands, making its way inside.
Oh my, they are wrecking them.
Angle. And even if he didn't, Elite was waiting for another kill. 8-0.
Dude, they took a long time here.
And the credits aren't looking great. Look at the smiles on the side of BBL. They can't believe. Yeah,
I like this from BBL though. They actually wanted to change up fighting heavier over towards B. Over towards C, sorry.
I have to say as well, Poor's utility in this round was gorgeous. Like the rolling thunder from the back, it forces them back into the showstopper. Sure, it's only 1 kill, but it's more so just how disruptive it is.
John, hello mate. How we doing, bro?
And puts an aftershock through the
Dude,
wall.
I'm excited for your game.
Because they can't push. Durka though. Finally is
I'm hoping I'm back in time for it. I missed the first Americas game. I need the game before you to go to best of 3.
Finally, it takes all of that to get rid of.
I needed to go third map.
This time, fortune didn't favor him.
They've made the right call. They don't know it, but if they commit to A, I think Pora wins this round. I was just waiting for it. Sitting inside tree, that position shouldn't be expected with such aggressive A positions in the early round, but they have avoided him. They've gone to B. Spike is planted. Double the numbers. Viper's pit is a safety. Durka 1 from showstopper. This should be it.
All right, they're on the board.
Fnatic seem to have gotten around the board. If Pora wins this one, I might just leave the building. would be truly ridiculous. And he will be shut
Dude,
down.
when he got the first kill there and there wasn't an instant trade, I was like, hold up, maybe.
Yet, certainly not by Fnatic's metrics. Coming into round 10, let's hope they can string them together.
Delay it for me, love that from you. Thank you so much.
Like, I'm loving the way that the utility is being used by BBL just to make these fights so awkward. Like having an instant deeper C's, then you have the stun to stop them being able to get out. Durka basically had to style over the top of all of that utility just to find those kills. And it seems like BBL are not going to be shying away from it. The stun still looks like it's being set up with the same utility as before. It seems like again Doug's going to get past, but he is caught.
Was
in fact,
pretty
it's a
good.
Stun a little bit later.
It certainly caught them off guard, and look at the results. Chronicle pulls it back into a doable position.
Dude, that is never killing him.
Time to dodge the rocket. So
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
And he's down!
Oh,
what a shot from Pora!
That is sick,
It's all on
man.
Chronicle, but he's got a pit.
Bro, what is this game? They are wrecking them. Dude, he's got to ult this. Okay, now you're all in. Do you even want to smoke? Probably not.
And the door needs to be opened or else he can just sit staring forward, waiting for a decayed elite to round the corner. The highlight will give him away.
He crept on the right.
He's now on the right. He's closing the distance and almost lands it. 5 HP, all that's in it. The decay saved.
Dude, imagine
the
they
day
get
for
4
Fnatic.
somehow. Imagine they actually get 4.
That takes another Red Bull clutch to put them onto the board. Definitely too close for comfort, especially again, the start to this round, it was dicey. I love the switch up of stun later to go deeper to try and catch the players off guard, and it's Chronicle all the way that does the work. Being able to find both kills in this 1v2 and the 2 that brought the round back in the first place. Pora though, that pre-fire through the wall to catch a player is
NRG send a second game,
like,
yeah.
This guy is on another level.
Kind of shots you take if you've got Nodin there, but the guy's doing it with a Vandal. What a read.
Oh, that's a big change up. Omen ult to the back, Fatal hits too.
Players push back, no sound to work with, paranoia in
Omen
case they
flank,
pushed up
they've
close.
used a lot. Tether is giant here.
They're waiting for that utility. They've seen
Yeah,
it
and
before.
it's a similar thing where Pora just saves his damage to stop the plant, and then everyone just gets here and they just can't plant. This is much better reaction from Fnatic though. Smoke over towards Heaven, 4-person duel. Yeah, they're not even worried about getting the plant at the moment. They know they want to fight them. Everyone's just got their guns out. Okay, this was good adoption though. This was good reaction from them, and maybe that was talked about in the timeout. The fact that they, if this happens, they don't even need to focus on the plant really. Just keep the guns out.
I guess they've rolled it a few times and it's come up
Fonty,
sixes, so
thank you so much for the
try
16 months.
But
thank you, thank you.
I think that time maybe
Matthew
holding
Who
onto
as
the
well,
gun would
thank
have
you
had
for
a little
doing
bit
that.
more value.
And Red
Fnatic
Clown as well,
finally
gifting over
finding
towards
their
John.
footing.
Thank you for doing that. Can I
A lot of
VIP
it
John?
just
Of
seems
course.
to be in the middle of a lot of these plays, just waiting for whatever disruptive, aggressive interjection is going to be there from BBL.
Thank you for doing that, Red Clown. And Fonty as well. Thank you very much. And Matthew Who, welcome in, bro.
From 8-0 down,
I can't believe they actually might get 4 rounds.
At making this attack side at least have some foundations to it. There's a fair bit more to go. 8-4, pistol win. Fnatic are right back on the ball.
destroyed.
See if that can happen.
Yep, same thing. And this is nice, though. This is what I wanted, right? Just save the Omen Flash now.
Here.
And then Prowler, Omen Flash off of it, takes a map control.
Get the information that there's players
Takes
close,
a map
but
control.
it's only going to be the
No
trade.
one push.
Everyone hiding.
The
What happened?
information
What did I miss here?
will tell them where the players are. It's whether they can capitalize on it, and absolutely not. Fnatic instead, Hero giving them a further
massive
advantage.
swing.
Monster with
Massive
another Fnatic
swing.
looking like
Yeah,
a
I think
different
this was
beast
the right call,
in
though.
these last 4 rounds
They
of the half
realized
as Kushner.
this was 2 rounds won,
he's
just
gotta
kind
go
of
for this
realizing
one.
how they're playing over towards
They finally figured
C.
it out here on the attack.
Leaving
There
it
were
to
definitely
retake
a couple bumps in the road, but
damage
not ones you could
to
see
make sure
coming.
that they stop the plant, they can get in the right
Understand that
positions,
BBL's
and then
early
just
aggression
fast
was
flat
crazy.
fight.
Now their late round aggression needs to be 1 versus 4. If there's any man to do it, it is this one. But look at Fnatic. They are, well, not offering individual fights. They're all grouped up. Showstopper's good. Boaster's down. I'm starting to get worried.
Nade?
He's only 43 HP. Nade close is very good. It's going to
Wait,
force them back.
Nade's
in a
legit.
1v1. But this one, he
The nade
doesn't
actually
win.
forced them
Hero
isolated
finally
the
puts
1v1.
into
It
a
was pretty cool
stressful
attempt.
close of the
I
half.
can't believe they got 4,
8
chat.
to 4. It
I
is
feel like they
doable.
stole 4 at the end here.
Yeah.
But I still
it
feel like
seems
they
to be
actually
doable.
played well over towards C. And ever since the second timeout, you could see they even wanted to go C. And the fact that they didn't overthink the round where they lost the Killjoy ult at like, what, 7-1? Was it 8-1? What was that round? 7-0? I can't remember.
A 4-round streak to end the half gives them that little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of hope.
Okay, Brave Raid Boss.
This pistol's going to carry a lot of weight, Tom, and BBL has been pretty good.
So Gits dropped the Ghost.
So far, those early injections of rounds.
I imagine he's TPing out.
Making one maps doable. Pressure will come towards A.
No charges.
They've been fantastic at controlling Rubble on their defense. It makes sense they want to scrap for it. Right off rip on the attack. But Fnatic certainly don't. A much more passive setup than what we saw from BBL in the first.
It's those early
in terms of the pistols, by the way, it's 3-2. Both of the maps were 2-0 for pistols.
Fnatic don't seem as willing
and BBL obviously on first.
That much utility. And vicious spam, but it does actually seem to have deterred Bora from taking. Just Chronicle's got to be careful he doesn't run out of bullets.
Prowler through to B. Turret still waiting.
The pivot to B is good, but
in up top, but it's the push out of Durka that might not be expected.
Does Durka get expected here?
To be cleared. They've spammed it a few times. They're suspicious.
Oh my god, one Omen flash as well. Big nade.
And it's found its
Good
way
crossfire.
right side, pushing them back. And
It's going to be 5 in a row with this.
The bullets don't land, but the info is there. And Chronicle strikes on the back of it. Strikes out for the second kill, but Braves in a 1 versus 4. An ace clutch. They've been good in pistols. Left. This man's been spectacular all series long, but this, it has to be too big of an ask.
And we kind of see a similar situation to the first pistol with Durka halfway from his ult. 3-3 for pistols. 1-1.
He's definitely looking back to form. I think with a new addition standing in for now, I think Durka definitely needs to pick up that mantle a little bit more. For now, though, that streak continues. 5 rounds in a row now for Fnatic. From
kind of 2. Oh, wait. What's going on?
Start for BBL.
Wait, this is a really low buy.
I guess start and middle, you could say.
It's really, really low
it's
buy.
quite a lot of rounds.
There.
This round at least.
All light armors.
You think maybe they could invest a little bit more, but that timer has frozen, so I'm guessing we're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Ditto Sword, thank you so much, man.
Small tech pause.
8-0 comeback? Maybe. Thank you for the prime, dude. Thank you.
Now it's down to 2, so I'm guessing it's something to do with sound.
Well, that's good progress. Yeah, it seems refitting those in-ears, taking a moment to readjust. And look for BBL.
Hamza, I think I missed you earlier as well. Thank you for that, mate.
Many teams have seen this up against Fnatic. The momentum starts to switch. The pistol goes their way. They'll find
audio problems, man. I can relate to that, dude. It's one of those days.
But for this squad, I don't feel like it's time to worry just yet. It's the first buy round. Round 15. That's where we're going to get a real litmus test.
Yogi, I've been doing good, bro. How's your exams going?
And again, a lot of that early success from BBL, aside from the rounds where Brave just decimated them, it was an issue of Fnatic not being able to control Rubble. Even the
Red's Clown as well. Thank you so much, man.
One player
gifted one to John, Brave, and now you're 2 months in the slot club, bro. Thank you for doing that.
And they would be ready to stack up and quickly rotate as soon as sound and presence was
spotted
on the other
before
side
resubbing? Yeah, that's wild.
Here on their attack, they'll have to rely on something else to be their success, and Fnatic no longer have to run headfirst into a meat grinder. It is definitely where the shoe could swap to the other foot.
Thank you for the support, Red Clown.
But I do think that even if Fnatic win every round from this point forward, they will struggle to have the same
do a
form
region
of
production tier list
as BBL did in those first 8 rounds.
Could be pretty
fun.
They
were truly ridiculous.
I don't know. You say that. Do you remember what happened in the last map? 2 aces.
The problem is, man, the Pacific 5-hour tech pause.
So
I gotta.
Would have been unbelievable.
I gotta include that in there.
It still
is. It wasn't.
Even though it's done, I'm still gonna include that.
If they're not back to back.
Danson, thank you very much. Danson74 with the Prime. Welcome into the slot club. Thank you for using Prime.
I think we know that. I think everyone will know that there's always going to be points where Fnatic can turn this tide. And for BBL, it's basically quelling that as soon as possible. Now to
you talk about the 5-hour tech pause.
as
Yeah,
of
I had a
right
lot of
now,
fun in that 5-hour
financially,
pick, boys,
maybe
not
they
gonna
can
lie.
invest a few pistols. It's not going to be anything too much, mainly because
Lost all sanity, but it was
they
really
want to
fun.
make sure the buys have been better. I think that is where we've seen a lot of the best play so far from the side of BBL.
Right? With the Prime as well. Thank you so much.
Also for Fnatic.
When was that? First game of
It's one
Pacific.
of those rounds where realistically you're just trying
First
to keep
game of
things
kickoff.
as clean as humanly
Bleed
possible.
against
Not
T1.
lose too
Breeze.
much of what you've invested. And with how the last few have gone, it definitely seems like they're getting back into the groove. The problem is, though, if things do go wrong again, they don't have a pause anymore. They've already used both of them in the last half after losing 7 in a row, I believe it was, and then
The trauma flashback, yeah, I can remember everything.
So
I can remember
took
it
a little
so
bit of time
clearly.
for the pause to kick in. We'll also have to see if that's another effect, because well, we saw, I feel like a vast improvement in that when Mini came back. And he's now not here with them again, because it's Kojo
Read
sat
this
in the
if
seat.
you love your
So
YouTube chat.
he
There you go.
retired from his
Patchy.
duties of keeping the Elmer Putty company. I'm sure he adds in great analytical
So they
stuff
stick with
well.
a similar
What are you trying
buy, but they get rid of one of
the
the.
game's
I tell you what, Chad, this is a
going
really
back into the
risky
round.
buy
I see.
for
Okay, moving
defense.
swiftly on.
Most teams would normally go for like a
Must be. Well, for
4-1.
BBL,
In
like we
the
said, they lose
3
out the
rifles,
previous. This isn't where we
it's hard to
expect see
ensure
them
that
go
they're
blow
like
for blow
together
instead.
and not
They
isolated.
have pistols. We look for damage.
Right, because imagine Boaster goes down here, he
Making
gets
a costly
overwhelmed,
reinvestment,
that's a
but it's
gun.
tough up against a side like Fnatic. They play with 2 pistols a lot of the time in these rounds. They've done it again. And so even if
This
they
will
do
work out
lose
well,
a few,
though.
they'll be in
Spike
pretty
down,
good
C.
fighting form for the next, thanks to minimal investments. With only Elite left, he's got a lot of work to do to make this an impactful BBL round. And, well, that's enough utility to send a whole army back.
Yeah, I think they have a good idea of where he is. Still,
Dude, that looked
almost
mental.
manages to
There's
take
like a
down
prowler
Durka, but it won't be the
riding
case.
on top of
Durka
the boom
climbing
bot.
up that board and also
Disguised
lining
it, I
up
didn't
those
even see the boom
Ultorps as
bot.
well. Putting themselves just 2 now behind. And of course, with not losing the players
Okay,
that had
big
those
buy
rifles,
rounds,
the remaining
and
couple are
with
gonna
the
buy back up,
riskier
and
buy
this
the
is gonna be a very
Fnatic did,
good
no one upgrading armor.
second round, third round buy even
I mean, they get a
for the
really
side
good
of Fnatic.
bonus now.
Yeah, the usual Fnatic third rounds. And the eye definitely drawn
Comeback
to
is
BBL.
real. I mean, it's 6 in a row.
now for Fnatic.
You've at least got to be a little bit worried if you're
Backside.
BBL right now.
On a map where comfort levels are unknown. Good nade. Brave is in a little bit of trouble. He's stuck up close, but the nade was a little bit too deep. So he survives that with a
Yeah,
good amount of
Maytaba
health
wasn't.
still. And the rubble control
Maybe it's
does fall
for
into
if they
BBL's
commit
hands.
heavier over towards the right.
This is already what was initially 4 players.
BBL will
rotating
take
from
this.
Giant
Giant question mark
that initial
created over
control,
towards
wanting
A.
to try and fight it back,
Keeps
and they're still
3
gonna
and 1 here. So
encroach
are
back
they
on
just
that
going to
position.
wall up,
See one towards
fight
the
this with Omen Flash?
broken door as well. The thing is though, Cushion has
Whoa,
actually
how many
used
does it
their
get here?
own Viper screen against them. He has played aggressively. The paranoia just
Really
a
good
split
Omen Flash,
second
but
too
that's a
late.
massive trade for
Unfortunate
BBL.
timing
They
of
can
that.
just walk into
Brave
B now. Know that Omen's over towards
reacted
Hobbit.
well. It leaves the solo defender a Boaster, and it's just not pretty. Reezy is too easy for him to win that fight in the end. And Alpha Chronicle and Alpha, it needs to be another hero play.
Almost caught Brave. A snake bite, an ambitious play. I might even have caught him. He's taken a moment to peek. Waiting for the vulnerability to fade away. He's been spotted on the cross back, but nothing you can do about that now. And without the pick, is it even worth
Chorus
going
around the
for?
world.
Alpha Year's on the site of B, walking around, clearing out heaven, trying to find these players, but Pora was hot on his heels the whole time. In the end, they won't be going for it.
He's just
Both
like,
players
what? Where is this guy going?
luckily escaping to carry
I mean,
these weapons
BBL will
forward.
take this.
He's
BBL
just
won't
taken
really
a
hunt too heavy
bus
for that.
tour of the site looking
they're
for
down to get the
where they're
money.
gonna be going.
Go on there.
Jump on, jump off. Normally, you don't get to jump back off again. A bit of an obscure position to save. I don't think that's going to be checked. And for BBL, they're more than happy to just keep the weapons going forward. But yeah, I think again they're just not aware. It's literally a split second. It's unfortunate. I don't think there can even really be much critique, but just not aware that Kushner could have got into that corner. Again, it's that 1-2 punch. It's the reaction of Brave afterwards. I also like the fact, by the way, I think he had a TP left, so he could have just TP'd back across safely, but he decided to walk back across after he wasn't vulnerable anymore.
I didn't even realize he still had it online.
Yeah.
It's a little bit ludicrous.
Okay, first round
I
and
like
6 for
Durka's
them
lineup.
though.
It's looking good. It's looking very good. Damage off
Odin
rip,
chips
half
him down
health
to
on Brave.
75.
Shield stripped.
And they have no idea Brave is here.
Brave around the side. They don't expect him to be here.
That looks horrendous.
Oversight.
Yeah, no one close enough to hear the TP.
To get that opportunity, even
maybe the Fade Eye they thought would have cleared it.
Does manage to take him down with 30 HP. He ain't getting out of there. 2 versus 4.
For a big round that puts you down to an equal, disaster again for Fnatic.
And none of them connect.
Bro, they've had some really messy rounds, dude.
Seize nade back, or a haunt nade, excuse me, backside. And a plant to come through.
Again, it's the same two players on the other side of the map that, again, are just in a scenario where they might just have to hold on to the weaponry. They could be able to drop a couple over in the next round as well, so it's definitely worthwhile. But this round is almost just purely off a massive oversight. Like, you're looking at Brave. Bear in mind the guy who spent the entirety of last round in that position and has a TP, and one of the most common things you can do at the beginning of the rounds is try and TP
Was it
across.
just a Fade Eye that missed?
And it's just like
why were they so
because they had the pre-fire, just blindly assumed that he wasn't
it has
there,
to have been a Fade Eye.
Kills for it. Like,
that's the only thing I can
think
think
I expect to see at the top level. And I think Fnatic, it'll be one of those rounds you watch back and go, yeah, it's obvious where the mistake was, but it's cost them a round.
It's one of those rounds where you're going to be sat there tapping the pause button
afterwards, but it's
disconnected.
Fade Eye to B,
it ain't working anymore. You've already used your timeouts.
At that point, they should just make it say, you have already used all of your pauses. If you would like more pauses, please subscribe. No,
oh God! For $5.99, you can have 1 extra pause.
I think it needs to be a bit more expensive than that.
Pay to win Valorant? Could you imagine?
$6.99, you can have 1 extra. Well, 10-6, 4-round gap. Fnatic saved the weapons. It was the right call again, just to give them a better
they get a hero judge on top of this. This time they need Tether, and Brave still just tanks it out in the open here. Thing is, they have no idea he's avoiding it like this.
Carry on. But he won't get an opportunity for now because we see BBL
surprised they don't drop a couple of guns here. I feel like they could have got a bit more into this round. I guess save him for the next one, but they're very close to just having a 4-buy, and with a showstopper in play, a judge would have kind of padded the gap anyway, but...
Yeah, true. I guess at this point, though, Fnatic are not very risk-averse. They want to leave any gamble plays behind them, because for now, a gamble like that could just end the game. 11-6. You've already splashed all your cash. Maybe use that
people here. Where's Boaster gonna go? Is he gonna smoke this and try to go close?
What are you left with to make that
huge
comeback?
See?
They're always a team that play the long game. But the gap for them to get back in is closing. BBL looking for their 11.
Chronicle on site with a gun though.
Up to be 2 away from opening stage 2 with a victory over Fnatic.
Okay, they're going B.
Hero, the timing is good.
Does Durka ult now?
The shots land for a kill.
Yeah. 3 of them.
Now the showstopper, it's so well placed. If he doesn't connect the shots, it doesn't
nice,
matter. Eventually, he'll do it
got a
with
Viper
the
wall up
pistol
maybe?
well.
I think it just went down.
He could have got 3, he ends up getting 2, just in a different fashion. And while
Okay, giant
to bring home that purchase,
Raze ult there.
because they did it with the weaker buy anyway.
An impressive round from Fnatic. The kill coming out on A just forces BBL to move that bit quicker into B. And the forces are waiting for them there. The showstopper perfect onto Elite. The fact the other player is caught trying to take their weapon back out after blast pack and
oh, he actually got that kill.
Makes it all that bit easier. An upsetting round for BBL, but they still
the Raze ult really wrecked him.
3 rounds to the good.
Is this guy getting involved with timeout or not?
Fnatic on the defense. Odin's back out.
1, 2 people that can't buy next.
BBL are not looking for rubble control.
Everyone Fnatic are good. They can just drop. Fusion 1 away from his ult. Easy call. Go C. Pick up the orb. In reaction, Fnatic just going to set up 1 over towards A.
Shown a lot of presence towards that A side of the map.
Dude, Fnatic's going to have 3 people here on a kill setup.
Here goes the showstopper. It's going to be a quick retreat, but is it quick enough? Just no.
What? 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 Does that box not exist?
Spike drop.
I did not think that was going to land.
Me neither. I think I'm definitely going to need to watch that one back for now. Fnatic have got to play from an even footing. That definitely looked peculiar. I'm not sure what's happened there. Nonetheless, back in they go. Durka is going to rectify things for a second, but Kushina already dropping another. It's starting to fall apart, but even still, they've kept it even. The spam's out. Now it's left all onto one. Chronicle in the clutch. Facing off against a lead, and the timing from Elite is sublime. It's going to be another round onto the board for BBL as they'll break back versus Fnatic.
What?
2 more rounds. This
Chat, it should have done no. Chat, it should have done no damage to him. This should do no damage to him. Look how far away he is.
That's got to be
I
frustrating.
mean, the box just doesn't count, right?
For Alpha. I don't think I've seen a showstopper land there before, I guess. At least not with players close. But now I have. Lesson learned.
Yeah. I don't know what lesson it is.
Stay away from the box.
Yeah, the box doesn't count apparently.
Sure, it'll feel a little
that
bit
was
hard
nuts,
done.
man. That was actually nuts. Okay, 11-7.
I feel it for him.
And they force. Dude, I thought it would be better for a buy here.
Fnatic have to try and
Stinger,
forget about it. Move
Bulldog.
on. Got themselves rifles on the majority. They boaster a little bit lower.
Dude, I'll never understand the Razor. I will never understand it. 4 years in, still don't understand it. Actually, I understood it in the first year. It would kill everyone that was even close.
Another on Durka, but they still spur
But now,
forward.
they tried to force in, and even Brave's down to like what,
Brave
70,
again finds himself
80?
down low, but he has crossed, and they have absolutely
Not again.
no idea that he could be here by the looks of things.
Not again,
Alpha's
bro.
position up top, back turned. It's going to be free.
Oh,
At least
no.
one. Brave now got 2 up on offer. This could be easy. Oh, he's whiffed it on the first. Alpha turned and spotted him, but still able to recover. A player rapping though, it's Hero.
Dude, I was so
Stop
worried
this
there.
before it got out of hand.
Yeah, he's everywhere, man.
11 to
They're gonna
8.
check every single corner.
Fnatic
People are
not
gonna start
letting
getting
BBL
real
run
scared.
away with it just yet, and that round win for Fnatic puts BBL down to a low buy. Credits out of the game. That's rough.
Oh, there's a couple of things in this round.
The
that look
util
really
dump here
rough.
was
He jumps
unbelievable.
up and then walks back. Yeah,
Bro, the
that's
replays are on point, man.
unfortunate.
Look at these replays. We get everything.
A couple of blips, and actually BBL going to take a pause of their own. We saw things slip in the last map and eventually close it out. This time things start a little bit closer. What was it, 10-4 last time around? 3 the difference. And Fnatic have a couple of ultimates online. I'm looking at the current purchases, and there's one on the board that if it stays, interesting.
Best Omen
See if
TP
it's
map,
still there
yeah.
when
I mean,
the
this
ball
guy's
fades away.
just
I don't want to give any spoilers.
the TP over towards C is
But this a
really
huge
underrated.
moment
To be fair,
for
it's
both
very
teams.
strong.
They're in the middle of the pack when it comes to that fight for playoffs. Obviously, for Fnatic managing to win the last stage, they're doing a little bit better in terms of the champions points, which always have to be mentioned. It definitely can be confusing at times, but they're in a good spot there. But in the table for playoffs, they're a little bit lower down. Expectations for them are definitely to make it. Top 6 go through, but with that middle of the pack, 5 teams being 3-3, it really can go any way. And for the teams that did well last split, for the likes of
man,
Foot,
thank you so much, man. Thank you so
they might
much.
feel just that little bit safer.
Appreciate the prime. Thank you for the 2 months, dude. Okay, so
Well, it seems Fnatic are
just a
quite
low
aware
buy. We've got
somebody
a
could be
hero
robbed
judge,
this
and they
time.
go over towards
Sees
B.
they
And at the
fired out
moment, B
Haunt
is
as well,
pretty
just
open.
to be sure.
Omen flash towards
You
Hobbit.
see Kushner up close. If
Uh-oh.
they expect this, I will be perplexed.
Okay.
Impressed. Dirk has got one.
Dude, the
with a
boom bot.
Kushner
The boom
low
bot
HP
killed the
gets
guy
nade
behind
out,
him,
but
dropped the
before
spike onto him.
It even emerges from the smoke. The shots fired back. A very good round for the side of Fnatic, shutting this down before the dangers that were lurking.
You think Fnatic can miss
Find
champs?
anything
I mean, yeah, for
way
sure,
of
dude.
success.
When there's a singular limb involved in
19 HP
playoffs,
for it.
I
This
honestly
is really
think
gonna
no
catch
one
them
is
by
safe.
surprise.
I'm even
Watching
worried
this
for
exact
Heretics.
angle, waiting for him.
I just think singular limb
Finding
is
his last
the
second,
most savage
the
thing.
bait switch. Yeah, any damage they can do here would be nice.
Last player standing.
But it's not going to be from Brave. And as said, they knew exactly where Pora was coming from. He's going to try and just jump peek the angle, but it's an Andaluthia flawless. Fnatic still
Who gets into playoffs? 6 teams get into playoffs.
that road back.
1 and 2
Always down, never out.
avoid
Ult's in a
the
great
singular
spot.
limb. There's only one
Although some
singular
building
limb game
and
between
online for the other
3rd
side
and
as well.
6th place.
The question is, do BBL have the stones to do this twice? Because as I said, last map was similar.
Okay,
Fnatic started to
we've
come
got a
back, they
big
closed
buy
it
round,
right in the
and
last
this round
second.
here is pretty
This
much
time,
what the
well, they're not
timeout
even
was
at 12
for.
yet.
Oh boy. 7 ults.
Fnatic come in with 4 ults up against 3, but BBL's only really the Rolling Thunder that will change
Yeah, and it makes sense that they want to go out here. And have they changed their tether nade? It looks a little bit like it.
Brave in trouble, and he's caught trying to retreat.
Yeah, I think maybe they've talked about the fact that he's TPing over towards here and surviving out in this area. Instead of having their wall up, they drop the wall and they just duel him. So that's a great change from Fnatic. Maybe they talked about that in BBL's timeout as well. So that might have backfired.
Yeah, this 1-2 punch.
That's still pretty impressive because obviously we see it all the time, but for them to get the information that's been happening, they're probably just looking at the damage, being like, well, something's off. He's sitting on one side. We know the nade's leaning heavy to the right or their left. Oh man, yeah, that's just a classic breach.
And well, Alpha,
breach damage is a square, right? So he just has a free angle.
He's been unstoppable. Elite 1v5.
Camera taken out.
You'd need an ISO shield
and
to get
BBL,
through this.
BBL have to eco after this.
I would, oh my god, can you
they
imagine
can have an
BBL
okay low buy.
That ISO? There's so many teams
Stingers.
I'm terrified of, but Heretics has to be #1. Mini Boo, Woot, ISO Neon. It's over. Just surrender. If I was on the other side, I would. This match is far from over, though. 11-10, a few rounds left to play for in regulation. I feel an overtime brewing.
I can give you one a little bit more terrifying.
What's that?
Angel.
Oh, the return. The return of Angel.
We thought the cloak was going to be scary, but yeah. Give that man the ability to run in, be shot in the face, and not die. You're done for.
Oh yeah.
I will find you.
There'll be that vitality bind all over again.
Well, it's a sea of ultimates for Fnatic.
Yeah, and for Fnatic here, it's how many of these ults can we save for the next big buy round? So if they can get away with just using one big ult into this round to secure it,
could very well win the round. Brave left
yeah, there's one ult.
And it looks like they'll be pushing through.
That might be enough, man.
They've gone all the way, dodging the decay to start with Kushner up top, caught by Alpha here, and the rest of the squad just doesn't
how this
have
is
what
going,
it takes to
don't want to use any more ults.
They changed direction, but it's Durka that's waiting for them on the other side. That showstopper's still there, and it's unlikely to be used in this round. Already the advantages are accruing, and they've already burned some ultis. Why waste another?
Okay, really nice from Durka, got aggro. 2 ults. Wait, did both use his ult?
Durka falls, and we are equalized.
Maybe there's 3 ults.
To 11. I mentioned that when you get to this extent, this deep into a series, and then the map is getting close, Fnatic are closing in, and you're right on the cusp.
But they
of
saved
victory.
2 giant ones, right? Killjoy raised.
10 times worse, 100 times worse, the closer that scoreline gets. And now, BBL have been equalized on. They've got a buy round coming up, Tom. All credits invested. It's now or never.
I think the one silver lining of the last round is that 3 ults
Omen
were
flash
burnt
looks
up.
good. Do they change up there? Okay, the Omen changes up his TP this time, goes towards the right. Yeah, and they take out the smokes this early on.
You mentioned it wasn't used in the last round, it's immediately used in this one. Brave, who's been one of the best players for BBL, already gone.
I mean, they invested a lot, but that's worth, right? Omen flash,
Viper
nade,
for backup.
Fade Eye. There might have been a Prowler as well, I'm not sure.
The supportive utility, but he's also the man with the spike.
Oi, man. At 11-11, you're doing that.
And puts this one seemingly to bed.
Retrieve the spike.
It's still Elite and Kushner X. Might be up against a full squad of Fnatic.
Okay.
They've proven that to us already. That's 2 quick kills for Kushner. A showstopper used to buy them some time. A plant to come in, and neural theft activated for the information.
All they're gonna do is just take stairs and then they're gonna ult. Yeah, and then how do you deal with this? You got to push behind.
Look at Kushner.
Yeah, look at Elite and Kushner. They're like, well, as soon as this ult goes down, we've lost. So we've got to push. Oh my god.
Goes on Alpha here, and Chronicle has to do it all. This was looking like 12-11, and it will be one way or another.
Oh my god.
And it might just be for BBL. Kushner X.
Oh, he tanked so much of that nade.
Leaves Chronicle on 39, and even as he moves to the spike to tap it, Kushner is close by. It'll be halved at least. Chronicle maybe sticking it, but he gets off just in time.
Mate, that's insane. Alright, shout out to Kushner making this one doable, because that was mental on its own to get to that stage. And Chronicle has been clutching a lot in this best of 3. He had a 1v1, 1v2, 1v3 in the first match.
I didn't think it would be going Fnatic's way with the way that round just slipped away from them. It seemed like Kushner and Elite did everything, but the one man they didn't kill was the Clutch King himself. He's the first one that needs to die if you're going to pull off any form of clutch situation.
Okay, only one chance to take it, but considering they were 8-0 down, it's impressive.
Multiple times this series they've looked down. But as always,
breach ult, that's it. We're getting no more ults in this. Maybe
champions of EMEA. You need to double tap. You need to finish them off. You need to make sure they're not going to come back to life.
Durka op.
Durka already roaming.
Cage is nice though. Cage is really nice.
But there is still
a buy here for BBL. That's a lot of util for him.
They've still got a chance to take this to OT.
They do, and they've got the Rolling Thunder backing it up. It hasn't been used in a number of rounds, and this time it has to be, surely, before they even enter that site. You can see how quickly
yeah, get the
these
backup
players
gun
are able
out
to
of
fall
there.
back, though. Durka creating a little bit more
One
space.
away now from Fatal.
He's up top on site, but still with 2 blast packs. In fact, moving around now, he's in a bit more of a vulnerable position if they do deploy the Rolling Thunder. He wants the kill. Wants the blast pack.
Is he gonna eat the ult?
Whoa,
that's breach ult.
It's Pora with the Rolling Thunder, with the breach. Who's the first man into the angle? A big mistake for BBL. Although they might get back into it. The
Speaking of mistakes,
Kushner's able to kill him. The nade was forcing him out of position. The advantage falls back to the attackers.
I'm looking at Chronicle still standing. He's coming in for a flank. It's definitely being watched. Doesn't have the gun for this, not necessarily at least. And now Brave knows he's there. The surprise factor is gone. The rest of the players need to make a move, need to create something. And Breezy dropping another straight away, going to commit that nightfall. Chronicle again, though. Always deadly in these scenarios. They've got to be careful. Another for Hero.
Oh my god.
Again, the tie begins to turn.
No way.
Oh
my god, it actually comes up to standing. Oi. Fair play to the standing, man. 11-11, he gets the 2 kills here, and he clutches it out 1v1. That's a cool wave. That's a cool debut. That's a cool debut, for sure. Oh my god, man. Chronicle saved them so much.
2v1 for BBL. It looked like